Welcome back to Ashes and Influence, where culture meets conversation and the smoke gets a little heavier every week. Tonight, we're diving into a real life plot twist that sounds like it walks straight out of a Shonda Rhimes writer's room. A social media influencer in North Carolina found liable for alienation of affection and hit with a $1.75 million verdict. Yeah, that's right. In 2025, you can still get sued for sliding into someone's marriage and disrupting the ecosystem. So let's spark this up. Is this accountability, petty, justice, or a cautionary tale for influencers, entanglements, and folks who don't stay in their lane? Light up your cigars, your incense, your sage, or whatever you use to set the vibe, because we're about to get into it.
Hey,
What
hey,
up with
hey.
y'all? How's everybody doing? Coco Symphony, what's good with y'all?
It's popping. It's popping. Hey, girl. Hey.
Is it?
It's popping.
I love
Honey.
that it's popping. How was everybody's week?
It was wonderful. Yeah. As you can see, I went and did a little razzle dazzle. Y'all see her? Y'all
Yeah.
see her? Blonde. Got a little length to it. Something for him to grab hold to. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Yes, I did. Yes,
Is
she did.
another show, y'all. That is another
For another week.
crazy. So, Coco, you just had a
Right.
birthday. Happy belated birthday.
I did. Thank you very much, honey. The whole 25, a whole quarter.
Yes,
Wow.
that's
A deuce and a quarter. A
understand
deuce and a
that.
quarter.
Listen,
Yes.
I stayed 29 for 6 years. Like for
Wow.
6 years. Once I really turned 35, I looked at it. I said, you know what, y'all? I don't gotta be 29 no more. I'm just going ahead and be 35.
You gonna
Probably
go
one of
on
the best
here and be
decisions.
35, 35, baby. You go ahead and do
Probably
that. I'll meet you there later.
sure thing. 10 years or so. I mean, I am what I am right now. It ain't 35 no more.
I'll meet you there
Jesus.
later. Baby, I've been telling on
Listen,
myself since I turned 50. I've been telling on
period.
myself since I turned 50. I've embraced it. I love it. And I love surprising people and telling them, oh, baby, I'm 50. They
Y'all
like,
right.
you're lying. You lying. But I loved it. I'm not mindful. I'm not growing old gracefully. You understand me? If there's a cream, a powder, a soap, anything that tells me it's gonna preserve,
You
I'm gonna
use
buy it.
it?
Collagen, baby. Collagen. Right. It's like collagen. If I can drink it or whatever, I'm going to the fountain of youth every time. Like
Here
what?
I am.
When I
Here
need
I
to be.
am.
Yeah.
Here I am. You
So,
Dow antibacterial for everything. That shit do everything. That's my all in all right there. I don't need nothing else.
I
Hello,
love
Dow
that. I love it.
antibacterial, and I'm good to go.
How had
So,
your week
ladies,
been, Rhythm?
you know what? I had a really, really good week. I had to see my son off on Friday.
Oh,
Probably, I used to be married to the military, so deployment just was a thing, right? Like
right.
we get orders, we know he going, and it just was what it was. Well, this was so much more. It was so much different because this was
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
son.
When
This
it's your
this
baby, it's different. So what's
it,
different, more difficult?
you know what? I sat with it for the whole day, and I don't know if I sat
Mhm.
with it because I felt like I needed to, or if I
Yeah.
felt like I was doing it for him.
Mhm.
But I sat
Both.
with it I sat with it for a full day,
Hmm.
and I'm good now. I heard from him once he touched down where he is, and he good. I'm good.
Nice.
Back to business now. It's now back
Yeah.
to business.
Right. Speaking of back to business, after that 43 days of being on furlough, I'm
Mm,
back at work, back in the office. And
that's a lot.
it's been a challenge, getting readjusted to the work life. That getting up early in the morning, getting self get together and traffic and the whole nine. Being in the office for 9 hours, peopling all day. She's back in our world, Tasha. Honey, I don't
Yeah,
feel no
right,
sympathy for you. Come
right.
on back. Right.
I'm up here every day at 4:30 a.m. Ain't nobody stunting you, Symphony, at all. Get
That
your ass
part.
up.
That part. No sympathy over here, honey. No sympathy for symphony? None.
No
Zero.
sympathy for Symphony. I like that.
Bars.
I like that.
Bars.
I'm absolutely looking forward to this week, though. It's going to be a short week. Holiday is coming.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm off Wednesday at probably like 11 or 12. And
Yes.
Wednesday at 11 or 12 can't come any sooner. Y'all see me in my Kelly Green today? Y'all see me in my
Okay.
Kelly Green? Somebody
What
should
you
ask
got
the
the
question.
Kelly Green on for today?
How does the Eagles fit in the whoop on them cow bums for the second time this season? And I just wanted to let y'all know who I was with. Like it
Yes.
usually ain't no question. But if there ever was a question about who Rhythm and Blues is with, it's them Eagles all day long.
Who
Go
you
birds.
with?
What is everybody smoking on today?
Well, I'll start. We are smoking the infamous Groovy Blue Tatiana, and it's so
Girl, I thought you was
sweet.
getting
And
to say a different cigar name.
don't get excited yet, honey. I said I'm gonna try
Love
the
it.
family of the Tatianas. I am, but I'm a creature of habit, and I told y'all that. I told y'all that. So I'm gonna step out eventually, but right now, Groovy Blue is what's tickling my fancy, and I like the tickle so far. So that's what I'm going. That's what I'm going to be token on. So
Mad at that. I'm mad at that.
Well, I have the new nuance nub. It's a triple roast cigar. It's creamy. It has dark chocolate notes and espresso. So I'm really enjoying it. It's delicious. It's a good smoke. So that's what I'm smoking on today. What you smoking on, Rhythm?
So, we're mostly always at our home lounge, the Leaf Affair. Owner jumped on his social media yesterday and let us know some incredible news that he is now a full-time consumer of the Arturo Fuente brand,
Oh,
and so that
yeah.
other he had some other sticks in that weren't his usual sticks. Um, so I came in with Arturo Fuente on my mind. He has a candela, the Florfina, and so that's what I am enjoying today. The Florfina, excuse me, is a medium-bodied cigar with a Cameroon wrapper and Dominican fill. Um, Soft, sweet, very, very soft, sweet. A little bit of spice and some creaminess. Yeah, it's a consistent smoke. I've been smoking on it for a while, as you can see, but consistent and not super overpowering. So I'm definitely
Mhm.
enjoying it. I would say this is good for like the everyday smoker or somebody who is just getting into cigars. You can
Yeah.
offer them this and it would a bad time at all.
I'm gonna say, y'all make these cigars sound like they taste so wonderful. I swear they do. For you ladies that has a palate that doesn't mind with those different notes and all those things, I encourage you to please try these cigars. Try these cigars. Please don't go by what I do. Okay. I'm a creature of habit, and I have tried and I have tasted, but like I said, when I get something that tickles my fancy, I try to stick with that tickle because it feels good, it tastes good. You know what I'm saying? So, but by all means, listen to these ladies about their cigars and try them out. Try them out.
Might as well. It ain't going to kill you. I will say I'm riding into work probably Thursday. And I rarely listen to the radio because I am all about the stream. But I'm listening to the radio this morning. I think the young lady is Dee Dee in the morning. Does that sound
Uh-huh.
familiar? Or am I making shit up?
I don't listen to the radio either.
I think her name is Dee Dee in the morning, and her gentleman co-host were having a conversation. The young lady from Saturday Night Live, Leslie Jones,
Uh-huh.
she recently did an interview. I want to say that it was with Jennifer Hudson.
Uh-huh.
Could be lying, but anyway, she basically selling herself like, I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to date me. I'm kind, I'm funny, I'm this, I'm that. And she ended with, and I got a bag.
Uh-huh.
So what's going on here? So that prompted the conversation, that when men and women are having those conversations about what one or the other brings to the table, and how
Mm.
women will often answer with, I am the table. And so her co-host
Hate
was
that.
like,
I hate that name. That whole saying. What do you bring to the table? I'm like, it has put such a thorn in my side when it comes to dating and when it comes
mm-hmm,
to what you're looking for and all that stuff. It should matter what I bring to the table. It should matter. Do you like me or not? That's where I'm at with it right now. Do you like
okay.
me or not?
So,
You know,
there is a, just to be fair, there is a whole generation of women who scream six figures, tall, dark, handsome,
yeah.
generational wealth. And, to the fellas would say, and all she bringing it at is four kids who need a stepdad.
Well,
So,
sir, you have options, sir. You know she has these four children. You know she has or doesn't have A, B, C, D, and E. You have a choice. Walk the hell away, my guy.
but I'm saying the table wouldn't exist. The table
Exactly.
wouldn't exist if not for that generation of women setting that table. Like you said, Coco, it should be as simple or not. Do you like me? Do you like my vibe? Do you like my company? Do you enjoy hanging out with me? But someone has put a number on it. Someone has put a
No,
level on it.
I
And
know.
now the question in return to be asked, well, here's what I bring. What do you bring to the table? And then, like you
Right.
just said, you hate the question, and somebody else would answer that. What do you mean? What do I bring to the table? I am the table. Are you really? But are you
Are you real?
really?
There
Yeah.
you go.
Because I must admit that this social media, you know, has ruined it for a lot of people,
Yes.
and because they have that platform, more people are exposed to the way these women think, when it comes to that saying, you know. Because nobody has to. I remember having a conversation with my brother. I was taking him to the spa, and I wanted to pay for him to get a manicure and pedicure. And he was telling me he don't need all that because a woman gonna have to accept him how he is, with his feet looking like they were looking, like they were looking. So I was saying, no, she doesn't. She doesn't have to
Mm,
accept you like that. She has options. If she has a preference and she wants what she wants, she don't have to accept your raggedy feet, tearing up her sheets,
That part.
scratching up her legs. I said, and just like you have a preference, you want a woman that's, in the gym and doing this and doing that and the third, then you have to be flexible like you want somebody to be flexible with you, you
Right.
know?
yeah.
Right.
I
So,
agree.
The Leaf Affair Cigar. Get it at the Leaf Affair Cigar Shop in Killeen and Salado, Texas, or online at leafaffair.com.
So I just learned of I'm on social media, but I'm not, if that makes sense. So I just learned with the verdict and had to do some backtracking about this situation with the social media influencer. So what it
Renee.
sounds, Renee is her name.
Mm-hmm.
What it sounds that there were two couples. They were both friends. One person from each couple used to date when they were teenagers, but ended up marrying two other people. But the husbands were cousins. I hate that I'm running this down because it sounds like an awful mess. Anywho, the husbands were cousins. And then one wife decided that she didn't want her husband anymore, filed an abuse claim to get into the home with someone she called friend and her husband, but
Yeah,
also her ex from when they were children. Right? I got
that
this
was
right so far?
Akira. Akira and Tim are married, and
Okay.
Devin and Brene are married, and
Okay.
Tim and Devin are cousins. And you're right. Brene decides to make up the story about her husband is abusing her, which got her into Tim and Akira's home.
Because Akira and Brene were friends.
They became friends after because their husbands hung out.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Okay.
didn't prior to that, they didn't know each other. Right. But
Okay.
Devin and Tim knew Brene. Brene and
Mm,
Tim dated in middle school, high school, like that during that time frame.
just way too much. And her boobs are
Girl,
big. Like,
Tyler Perry. Call Tyler Perry. Because you can't make this up. You cannot make this up.
something
Dynamics
is
of this whole thing, you can't make it up. But go ahead, continue.
yeah. Um yeah, so now Brene wants Tim back. And so now Brene and Tim look like they have gone off into the sunset. Akira say, "Not so fast. You have ruined my family, the dynamic of the relationships between me and my ex, between my children and their dad. I'm taking you to court." So now this was not the first case because somebody hemmed another artist
Uh-huh.
uh, under the same guise, alienation of affection, and I think that spouse won something from that celebrity as well. Um,
I'm not familiar with that.
yeah, this wasn't the first, and I'm not going
Okay.
to say for obvious reasons, but I will tell y'all off air. But I guess what is more dangerous, attention or temptation? Like they did a lot of stuff on social media that brought a lot of attention to them.
Right.
That ultimately was the resolve how this case was resolved.
Yeah.
So what's
Uh-huh.
more dangerous, attention or temptation?
I think both of them. I think both of them. Yeah. And because I think attention opens the door for temptation. One
Oh,
leads to the other. If you give that person the attention, because you can ignore them, you can say, baby, move around. Ain't nobody got time for you. Whether she's being flirtatious or, whatever the case may be, you can choose to give that attention or ignore it. So I think
mm,
that attention opens the door for temptation. Absolutely. So I think both. I think both.
solid, solid. I would say for me, it's that attention. That attention is a hell of a drug. Like
It is.
I watch women and men a lot who will do anything, anything
Say
for
that.
attention.
Clock that T. Yeah.
And so my saying is like if you live for their attention, you will die at their criticism. And I'm not here for it. Temptation is a thing in its own. And I think there is like self discipline that's involved with that. The temptation goes a little bit deeper than attention. Attention is for show, it's on the surface, it's not going any further than I got the attention. Like you don't want to do anything with it, you just need the
Yeah.
attention. You feed
Yeah.
off that. And so for that reason, I would say that shit is far more dangerous
Okay.
than patient.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get
We're
it.
here for it.
I get it.
The-
But that attention, like you said, is a hell of a drug,
Mhm.
you know. And without that attention, sometimes that temptation is not even present. You know what I'm saying? So, but I definitely can see your point of view of the whole situation. But with this whole fiasco, baby, they got
yeah.
some shenanigans going on, honey. It has the notes of everything in it. You know, the disrespect is off the Richter,
Yeah.
off
Cause
the
what?
Richter.
Respect. Are you meaning from Brene to Akira or Tim to Akira? Like, who's
The
actually the responsible?
disrespect, I think the disrespect to Akira on both sides,
Yeah. I agree.
from her husband or ex-husband, and from her so-called friend, that she was a friend to her, because obviously she definitely was not Bree was not a friend to Akira at all.
Yeah.
She had an ulterior motive anyway
From the beginning.
from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Negate.
You know. So, you know, and it's sad and it's scary at the same time that you know you got women out here that think like that, which makes it hard for women like me to even maneuver in this now new dating world, because these guys, man, y'all got to keep your eyes peeled too, because we got some treacherous women out here that are out for just that, just to seek and destroy. So,
Yeah. Because that was your friend, and she let you into her home.
right.
She entrusted you, in her home with her husband at times where y'all were alone. But Akira just happens to be going through the shared computer and find, videos of Renee twerking on her husband, walking through her
Hmm.
house half naked, with a butt hanging out or walking around
Hmm.
with no bra. And baby, we've been exposed to her boobs, and I heard somebody say the only thing longer than those titties, was her audacity,
Baby, baby.
because they swung low. They swung low.
Lord.
So,
Listen,
so do
I'm not
y'all
one
think
to
that
talk about
that
nobody.
uh-huh.
What you saying, Tasha?
I said I'm not one to talk about nobody boobs, but she
Uh,
got a set on her. She
come
definitely
on,
got a
friend.
set.
Come on, friend. But I got a
I'm
question. So with that, you know, you saying that, you know, they seen the video and you seen Bree working on her husband and doing all of these things. So do you think people cheat? And I'm not saying a man, I'm not saying a woman, people in general. Do people cheat because of someone or with someone?
mm. I am going to say that cheating is a choice. Let me start out first and foremost with that. Cheating is absolutely a choice. Are there factors that can contribute to a person making that choice? I absolutely agree that there is. You know, I don't want to believe that two people would enter into a marriage with the thought that I'm going to cheat on my wife or I'm going to cheat on my
You know,
husband
not too.
in
But
their
they do.
mind. Say,
They do.
I, I just don't want to believe it. And maybe
Yeah.
that's my naivety. I would hate to think that someone would go into, because that's just not a promise or a vow that you're taking with a person,
Yeah.
right? Like, whatever your belief system is, you are also taking a vow in front of and afford to that belief system.
Right.
I do also understand that in marriages, people change. Like, this is both sides. We do whatever we need to catch, to get that person. And then once we got them, sometimes that's where it stops. Like, we're not
Absolutely.
doing the same things that to keep them as we did to get them. And so for me, if I'm with a guy, I'm like, damn, before marriage, we went out on dates. We did XYZ. We were
Right.
having sex twice a day. And all I said was, I do. And I can't get a goddamn dollar store faux flower now. What do you want me to do with this?
Right. Right.
Yeah, because
Um,
and I go into the dating scene now saying that, hey, the same thing that it took to get me is the same thing it's going to take to keep me. However, there's a caveat to that because I may not need the same thing I needed when we first met.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I want my man to be a student of me. You know what I'm saying? Learn me. But getting back to the question, I think with someone or because of someone, I think it's a double-edged sword. Like you said, Tasha, it's definitely a choice. Um, and they may not have come to that, okay, I'm gonna actually do, you know how you do that double dutch? You finna jump in, but
right, right,
you
right.
don't know if you gonna jump in or not. And then you see that one person like, you know what? I'll I'll cheat with you. I'll risk everything with that one. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's that because of if she hadn't walked by or if he hadn't looked at me the way that he looked at me, I might not have been on that, on that bullshit that day. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But for me, it is absolutely with someone. You and maybe because like Coco was saying, a creature of habit to the point where I'm loyal, sometimes to a fault. Um, I feel like it's gonna be with someone. You cheated with someone, but can't nobody make you cheat at all. Can't nobody make you do nothing. You took the vow. You were the one who were committed to me. You were the one with the obligation to say yay or nay. I don't care what that person did. I
And
don't
you
care
can take
how
the vow out. You don't even have to be married to me. Cheating is cheating.
yeah. But I'm just talking about in this case,
Yeah, okay.
it was a married couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you made the commitment, you made the vow to us, to this relationship, you made the commitment of fidelity,
Mm-hmm.
in this situation, and then you're the one that violated me, because you had options and you chose, to go ahead and go outside this marriage. So I don't believe that nobody made you do anything. And I'm such a control freak that I don't like to even say somebody made me do something. You don't even make me mad. I got mad because that was my response to the situation.
Right.
You didn't make me mad.
Right.
You
Right.
can't make me do nothing.
Yeah, you
But yeah,
can
for me, it's a win.
contribute factors to my emotional state, but you can't make me. And so now I
Right.
guess that is to the question. Coco said it earlier, like, he was her husband, she was her friend. And Symphony just said, what I heard is she don't owe Akira anything because
Mhm.
Tim was married to her.
Yeah.
That's what she said I do too.
Right. Right.
But
Yeah.
morally,
Yeah. Because you do owe me as a friend.
morally.
Now, if you somebody in the street, stranger, I don't know you from Adam. My husband may not even told you that he was married. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because there was another situation online that I was just reading where the woman didn't even know that this man was married and she was falling in love with this man. But it just so happened that the man brought home a cake because this woman that he was having the affair with was a baker. And you brought that red velvet cake home in the box with her information on it. So your wife decides to do something for you for your birthday, and she contacts this woman and tells her, my husband enjoyed this cake that you made so much, blah blah blah. Well, I want to surprise him and order that red velvet cake. Well, what she didn't know that this woman don't even make red velvet cake for the public. So she knew exactly who that red velvet cake belonged to. And then she was trying to figure out now, do I tell this woman who I am? Do I show up at his house with the cake? And all this and the third. But eventually she was going to this woman's house every Friday evening. you know.
Oh,
So
my
she didn't
word.
know that, there was nothing going on. She said there was no photos, around or anything like that. But come to find out, yep, that man was married and she didn't even know. So somebody like that situation, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know, but so he put her in a situation without giving her
Took her
A
choices
choice.
away.
but
Yeah,
right,
a choice.
right. He wasn't able to make an informed decision about the situation you put me in, and that's
That's
what
why.
that was her argument. Like, you didn't even tell me. So yeah, nah. Nah.
Have any of you ever had a friend's relationship drama blow back on you? Like maybe I'll give an example. I was married at the time, and my best friend at the time also. I was in North Carolina. My husband was in Philly visiting his family, and they walk into TGIF, and my husband is in TGIF with another woman, and that's all my best friend saw, right? So
Uh-huh.
she sent my nephew over there. Hey, go say hi to Uncle Chuck. While she sending my nephew over there, she calling me. Yo, I'm at the Fridays on City Line, and Chuck in here with some woman. So it was my mother-in-law. But straight out the gate, she saw him with another woman. She
Yeah.
sent my nephew and say, "Hey, Uncle Chuck," and she called me on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know
Wow.
what's going
That's
on over
funny.
here, but I
Right.
sent I sent the baby over there to say hi to Uncle Chuck.
Uh-huh.
But something
Uh-huh.
like she was my friend. You know what I mean?
She was your
So
friend, right?
even if it wasn't his mom, she could have made that telephone call to me.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't know if there have been any repercussions. Like, she was my friend. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
something like that or similar to that. Have you ever been caught up or had some relationship blowback because you told a friend something that they may not have wanted to hear at the time?
Um, not so much as I don't even know how to put this whole situation. Because I had some situations, man, with friends and their men folk. One situation was we were all in the club and my girlfriend was out there and then her guy came in and he jumped up and grabbed her by the hair and by the back of the hair. We jumped on him, beat him up, y'all. We beat him up. We did. He was a midget too, so we didn't get no points for that. He was a little person. I'm sorry. He
Thank
was a
you for
little.
being politically correct.
I'm
Thank you for
sorry.
being politically correct.
He was small. But then the next day, we all to beat this boy up. All four of us beat him up. The next day, they, oh,
Back
hey,
in love.
honey, I love you. And that from that point on, I said I was never going to get in nobody's relationship again. But he put his hands on the girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait a minute, you know. But then there was another situation where, like your friend, I seen her guy with this other woman, and this unfortunately was not his mother-in-law or his mother
Uh
or his
oh.
sister or his
Uh oh.
whatever. That was his tanan, you know. And I told my person that, hey, listen, this is what I said, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I love you, you know. Oh no, girl, that's not what happened. And no, she stayed. She stayed until she got tired. And that's what I had to learn. When it comes
Oh,
to relationships with your friends, stay out of it. Just
yeah.
be there to listen, be that sounding board. And and I couldn't say that I felt good about having to go and tell her that. No, I didn't. I wasn't happy about that. But at the same time, my feelings were hurt because you didn't believe me,
Mm, mm.
you know?
Yeah.
Well, I've
Yeah.
always been one to mind my business. Mind my
Let them
black
chips
owned
fall where they
business.
may. Let them chips fall where they may.
Honey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna stay right over here on my side, and I'm gonna mind my business. I never try. Now I'm always gonna be a sounding board. You can always come to me and talk about it, and
Yeah.
I'll listen, and I'm a good listener. You can ask me my opinion, but understand that it is just that, my opinion. And I'll tell a lot of people, I've told my friends, I've told my daughter, my family members, take what I say with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Because I'm built
Yeah.
different and I'm a little more hard edged than a lot of women. So take what I say with a grain of salt, and do with it what you will,
Yeah.
if you're asking my opinion. But for the most part, I mind my business. But because listen to me, I have you by yourself every time.
Listen. I start off every time like, nah, I am not a proponent of breaking up a black family
Right.
because I'm
Right.
really not.
I'm not.
But you got to decide what's enough for you. That's always
Exactly.
my.
Exactly.
You have to decide what's enough for you. It don't matter
Mhm.
what I think. It
Yeah.
don't matter how I feel about it. I'm not the one
Right.
living in it. And I'm not the one that got to deal with the fallout of it. So you'll decide when enough is enough for you, and you'll make the best decision for you then, not a moment before. Not a moment
Yeah. When
before.
you're full, you will back away from the table. Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll push that
absolutely.
plate away. You know. So let me ask you this: do you think which is worse, or do you think that they're the same? Emotional cheating or physical cheating? Do you believe that emotional cheating is the same, as physical cheating?
No, emotional cheating is way more dangerous. Like
It
somebody is
is.
disconnected and they are
Yes.
moving on. No matter how it turns out with that situation that they are cheating emotionally with, they are checked out of the
Yeah.
situation that they came out of. Way
Yeah.
more dangerous. The
Yeah.
physical, so what? So
Right.
what?
I
But
agree.
you get to talking hearts and minds and alignment and more connection and more
Yeah.
passion
Yeah.
than you had with the person that you have at home. Somebody is likely that somebody ain't fitting to be single.
Yeah. Because I think that emotional cheating takes the intimacy and the connection outside of the relationship. Yeah. So
And from a woman's point
Right.
of view, we're emotional beings. You know, if you got us emotionally, oh my God, you know. So yeah, it is way more dangerous. I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah, when you take that attention and that emotion and that trust outside of the relationship and take it somewhere else, then that trust between you and your partner is broken because that
Mhm.
should be for them, you know.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I have a question since, with the emotional this, that, and the third. Um, because to me, being would you date someone that is separated but not divorced?
Nah.
Mm-mm.
Army say, Uncle Sam say, you single or you married.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing
yeah.
in between. Ain't nothing
Mm,
in between that.
mm-mm. Yeah.
I would not either. I have. Um,
Yeah, definitely keeping it real. I absolutely have.
yeah,
But today,
have. And simply, they ended up divorced and we ended up married. And now we're divorced.
oh
So
wow,
what's the common denominator? Ding ding ding, not me.
fool, fool, fool. What
Not
celebrity or
me, said Coco Flame. Not me. But with the separation thing, my thing is, it's just that y'all just separated for right now. Y'all still connected. And Lord have mercy if y'all have children, or if y'all have property, or if y'all have uh whatever, a business.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Y'all divorced.
yeah, yeah.
Divorced because you don't. I'm a spoiled brat. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm a spoiled brat, and I need all of you.
Yeah,
And separated
it's
means
not it.
you're not all there. You're a piece of you is there, a piece of you is with your children, a piece of you is wherever.
I need you emotionally and legally free.
Free. That's
Oh
right.
God,
Emotionally and legally free.
Yep.
God, like it was a choice that I made when I
Not
knew I was
transitioning.
no, when I
Yeah.
knew that I was to be getting divorced. There were a lot of things that I could have done in that
Mhm.
transitional, but I had made up in my mind that the next person that I met, um, if it was going to be either talking about a relationship or looking forward to
Mhm.
being into a relationship, I was going to be able to say that I was single.
Yeah.
It was so
Right.
important to me that
Yeah.
I be able to say that I'm single, because I don't
Right.
want whatever I did inside of that marriage, that was one thing. But coming out of it and wanting to give myself a fresh start, a clean
Right.
slate, so to speak, I wasn't gonna do it until I could
I
say
agree.
I am
I agree.
single.
Right.
So
So what's one boundary you ladies don't play about?
oh
Because it seems like Renee definitely crossed boundaries. Many, you crossed the boundary when you violated your own marriage, and you crossed the boundary when you violated your friend's marriage in her home.
yeah,
There were times when that girl would say, Akira said in court that they played video where you slept with my husband in my house while I was asleep.
Wow.
Devin even said he came home from work one day and heard Renee and Tim having sex in the house.
Oh my God.
Renee, after they had finished, called Tim's son into the room to bring her some wipes off somewhere in the room so she could clean herself up.
Oh my God.
you
Akira's
know
son.
what?
Disgusting.
Akira took way too much. That's I can tell you
Absolutely.
from that story that her boundaries were flimsy and not firm at
If
all,
they even existed.
if they even existed at all.
Yeah.
I've got boundaries. I've got boundaries with family. I've got boundaries with friends. I've got boundaries with romantic interests. And I don't have a problem. Like one time, all right, maybe you forgot.
Mm-hmm.
But the second time, or the next time, I won't say the second time, the next time, I'm going to see it as
Mm-hmm.
disrespect. That's my hardest, most firm. You cannot
Yeah.
disrespect me.
And
And I'm,
That's my boundary there. You the disrespect. I don't want to be disrespected.
Mm-hmm.
And that falls, everything falls under respect.
Mm-hmm.
That's trust. That's honesty. That's that includes my heart, my bed with chest type
Mhm,
stuff. You know
mhm,
what I'm saying?
mhm.
It's I don't want to be disrespected, and that's from family members. That's from and I'm not gonna say that I've been this. Oh, I'm gonna stay in my boundaries, and I've always held my boundaries. No, because I have allowed people to step on and past boundaries. And I know what that looks like. I know what that feels like. And at this big age of 25, I am not. I'm sorry. That wasn't a joke.
oh,
I
my
am
bad.
not.
I thought it was a punchline. That's my bad. That's my bad.
I am not going to budge off of my boundaries. And my mom told me something one time during my marriage that that stuck with me. And she said, "You never let nobody change who you are."
Yeah.
And I found myself doing exactly that, allowing that situation, allowing that person to change who I was from the inside out.
Mm,
Mhm.
And when I got out of that situation, it took a long time. And I'm still working on it. It took a long time. It's taken a long time for me to really understand and realize and be comfortable with Coco Flame.
Yeah.
And now that I am comfortable and relaxed and enjoying what Coco Flame has going on, I protect that by all means necessary. And that includes
mm,
my boundaries. That includes my peace. And that includes whoever comes in contact with me. That I do have boundaries, but please don't take my kindness for weakness. Because what I won't allow anybody to do is change how sweet and kind and loving them.
That's good. That's good. My boundary is definitely lie.
Yeah.
You lie to me, and that's in a relationship with anybody, and I think that falls under, or a lot of different things fall under that umbrella, that trust, those boundaries or whatever. But definitely my boundary is you lie to me, because I feel like I give space and a platform for you to be honest. Like the situation with the young lady and the baker who, I gave you space to be honest with me, to tell me the truth. You don't know what I would have done with that
Still,
truth. I might have been okay with the truth.
With your bullshit
Just
today.
test me and see if I'm okay with the truth. Because some people will just tell a lie when the truth will do.
There you go.
You'll
say
tell a
that
lie
again.
some people will tell a lie when the truth will do. I
Ladies
might
and
be
gentlemen,
okay with the truth.
ladies and gentlemen, the truth will
Will
do.
do.
The truth will
Sorry,
do.
sorry, sorry.
Like I don't even, because once you lie, that's my boundary. I'll cut you off because you're a liar now to me. And I'm not even going to waste my time with a liar. Psalms 101:7 says that a liar will not tarry in my sight. David was a smart man. David was a king. And David said, a liar will not tarry in my sight. I won't even waste my time with a liar. Why am I going to listen to a liar? So if I figure out if that's my boundary, if I figure out you a liar, why would I waste my time listening to anything else you got to say when I got to decipher whether you're lying to me or not?
I don't have to do that. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to do that.
No, ma'am.
I don't want to. Thank you, but no, thank you. So, how much responsibility falls on Tim, right, for stepping out on Akira? How much responsibility is on him?
Oh, he get 100%, and she get
Okay.
100%. Ooh.
Now I disagree.
Ah.
I will.
Yeah, me too.
I would say 90% falls on Tim, because again, it goes back to that relationship. Tim is my husband, right? I'm married to Tim. We made the covenant. We had the agreement that this is what that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with me. You didn't ask me if I wanted to share you with nobody else, and I agreed to this. I
Right.
agreed to you being with me and me being with you. That's how most people go into a marriage, like you were saying earlier. You go into that marriage with these expectations,
Mhm.
And so I think 90% of it falls on him. Very little, if any. I mean, I say that with the caveat of you are my friend.
Yeah.
You're my friend.
And she obviously thought enough for her to bring her in her home.
My children call you auntie.
Right.
Yeah, man.
You are my friend, and my children call you auntie. So although it's still my husband should have been the one to say, "Hey, baby, get your girl."
Right.
Hey,
Yeah,
baby, your girl gotta
tripping.
go.
Right.
Your girl
She
gotta go.
tripping.
Yeah, she tripping. Hey, tell your girl to put on some clothes in my house.
Right.
A man that was honoring his marriage and honoring his wife would have said that, would have done that. But because you didn't honor your wife and you didn't honor your home and your marriage, then you allowed for that to happen in your home. You allowed that temptation to
That's
draw
what
your
I was getting
attention
ready to say.
away from your
That's
wife.
exactly
So
because
do you
she
think
had no
social media has a lot to do with that?
Say it again,
say
Tasha.
oh, I was saying because she lacked boundaries. Like,
Yeah.
I was married and I had two sons.
Yeah.
We always had visitors, right?
Uh-huh.
Younger, older. Um, but there was a young person that used to come to my home. And every time she came to my home, she was a child of a set of friends that we had.
Uh-huh.
But every time she would come to my home, I would have to go in my closet and get her a t-shirt. That was my boundary. You can't, I've got sons.
Right.
Like my husband is my husband. I'm not even worried, not that I'm not worried about him crossing any boundaries, but I've got
Right.
two at the time, teenage and
Teenage
one
boys.
just turned one. You gotta put some clothes on when you come over here.
Baby, you gotta have some
And
clothes
if
on.
Absolutely.
if you feel some type of way
And
about it, you don't
for respect for herself.
for yourself.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
yourself.
for yourself.
But yeah, for yourself. So
But do you think social media has a lot to do with how the infidelity and the dynamics of the infidelity and emotional affairs are unfolding now?
you know what? I feel like social media is given too much weight. Like people
Mhm.
are going
Yeah.
to do what people do. We prior to social media coming out, I had the time of my life. You hear me? It wasn't recorded, it wasn't filmed for the world to see,
Right.
Yeah.
but it didn't have anything to do with social media. It was because I
Yeah.
made decisions at the time that I felt were best for me. So I rarely will give social media any weight as it pertains to relationships and how people are in relationships. I I got this thing about DMs. You can't DM me. I feel like if you can't call me on the telephone, then you don't know me well enough to be in
Mhm.
my inbox. Don't fucking do it. I may ignore you. I might
Right.
block you. I'm petty like that, I guess you can say.
I think social media kind of blurs the line at times. I think it blurs the lines and it could speed up the process of what could be possibly happening. You know, back in the day, you had to figure out where we was gonna meet at. How can I call her? How can I get in
Girl,
touch with her without nobody knowing? You know, blah 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 blah. But I think social media um, allows for you liking, my picture, or oh, he hearted it. He didn't just like it, he
Yeah.
hearted my picture. That and
yeah.
then now in her head, oh, he liked me.
Yeah.
Attention. Attention.
Attention. Going back to the attention.
There you go.
Yeah, what used to take weeks and months to develop and figure out how y'all was gonna do this thing now it takes minutes.
Compounded.
And
Compounded
that's
in a
why
like.
everybody's on this microwave mode.
Yeah.
Everything has to happen right now, right now, right now, right now, right now.
And because it's easy access, it's easy for you to DM me now, and your wife in the kitchen cooking dinner, and you in here on the computer, sending
Fooling
dick
around
pics
with
or
me.
something.
And
Keep your
fellas,
Peters
you
to yourself.
know that with the dick pics, note to self, guys. If we don't ask for them, we normally don't want them. However, there are women out here that thrive on dick pics.
Yeah.
Just like that group of women.
Right.
Wrap that shit up, B. Wrap that
Right.
shit up.
Right.
Just think
Right.
that, because we like live and in color type stuff.
But she doesn't speak for me. She doesn't speak for me.
It
I'm
makes it
fucking around.
easy for old flames like Brene.
Yeah.
That old flame, speaking of ashes and influence, that old flame to re-spark, try to rekindle something that she's been holding on since high school. Baby, that was high school. Baby, you were
You
14
don't
years
even
old the
you
last
don't
time you
even
had
know
an interaction with that man like that.
Okay, have any of
you
y'all ever
don't
double back?
What you
say
say,
again
Tasha?
now.
Have any of y'all ever double back
For
anything for as relationships go?
I don't
oh
spend block.
you know what? No, me either. And I would rather let me be your friend. I'll be your friend, but you can't have anything more with me. Like it was a reason. It was a reason. Because my boundary is disrespect. It was probably rooted in disrespect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hey, how you doing? Hiya, guy. But I'm not gonna go back to be.
Something made me let it go.
Right. And so that's where I come in with we can be friends after we done had a relationship. No, because 9 times out of 10, I shit blew up in flames.
Oh
Literally blew up in
yes.
flames. However, I will say this, and it's not me, being on my soapbox or whatever. It's not one of them that ain't called back.
Oh yeah.
Not
Now
one of them that ain't
that's
tried to
not
come
to
back.
say that they. Yeah, that's not to say that they don't call.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But somebody told me you ain't got to go to every party that you invited to, and so
That part.
At all.
That
I agree with somebody.
Yeah.
somebody.
I
All
agree with
right.
somebody.
That's Reposado, y'all. No, it's a Neho, and the game ain't even on yet. This is a lot. This is
So do
a lot.
y'all think? So do y'all think that social media, like the influencers, should they be held to a higher, uh, to a different standard in certain situations like this with Bree and Art?
100%. I say that because, say for instance, you cheated. I know you cheated. I might tell, we three know. I might tell my family, talk to my family about it. I might talk to my friends about it. And that's the end of it. I'm not embarrassed by, with them knowing, or my neighborhood might know, or whatever. But when you have, like Renee, 3 million followers,
That's
and you put my
crazy.
business out there to 3 million people that I don't know, and they all get to weigh in on my life and my situation. And now I can't even go out in public without people, Akira saying, is approaching her children,
Yeah.
recognizing her face, because you don't put me on social media, you don't put me out there and everything. So yeah, I believe they should be held accountable, and that their influence. You're an influencer, so you're influencing even the behavior.
Yes.
Trying to get people to agree with you that it was cool for you to come into my house and then wreck it. Come into my house like a wrecking ball, just trash it.
Mm,
You know?
mm,
Like
mm,
the elephant in the China store.
Yeah.
Bull
Yeah.
in the chain shop. Um, I mean,
Bull, it's the
it,
bull.
Yes, the
The
bull
elephant.
the bull in the chain. That's who I am. That's who I am.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, they are just people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Social media or no, like people should be responsible for their actions. They should show up in this world how they want others to show up for them. And this is just the politically correct answer, right? I know that's not what's real. I know people are very, very irresponsible with the internet and social media. But it's like we used to tell our parents when they used to tell us the boom bop hippity hop was making us lose our mind. You can't blame the music. And I'm not going to blame social media for people behaving exactly how they want to behave.
Yeah.
We just see it now. It's just
Say
more
that.
in our face now.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
more in
it.
our face now.
So, does publicly posting flirtatious or intimate things make entanglements worse? Because, like, if you think about what an entanglement was designed to be, two people doing something that they know maybe they shouldn't be doing with the
Uh-huh.
someone that they possibly shouldn't be doing it with.
Yeah.
Why is that something that's going to be on display?
Right. It goes back to what I was just saying about 3 million people now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Now it's embarrassment on a different level, you know. So again, you got everybody in the world, I'ma feel like weighing in on my situation, you
You
know.
never know where that baby can go.
Mm.
That people won't know her. So when y'all heard the verdict that she did get the 1.75
Mm-hmm.
$1.75 million. Woo, honey,
Yes, ma'am.
how did y'all feel about that? What were y'all thoughts?
I'm like, she should have got more. That bitch would be working for me for the rest of
That
her
was
life.
that was me.
She would be
And
working for
she
me
and,
for
and
the
she
rest of
sued
her
for
life.
more. She sued for 3.5 million.
Oh, did
Yeah.
she? Yeah, I didn't know
The
that.
lawsuit was for 3.5 million, but she got, baby, get your points.
Honey,
Get your
Yeah.
points. You've
Every
earned that. You deserve every penny of that. You know.
and
TikTok
Bree
people,
earned every penny that she got to pay.
Yep. But the girl said that the man was worth it, baby.
Oh, well, then there you have it.
Somebody asked, Do you think this man was worth you having to pay $1.75 million? And she said, yeah, he was worth it. Girl, you said that to save face.
So I saw
Your
Tim.
pride wanted
I
you
was
to
about to say,
say
because
that.
I saw Tim. I saw Tim.
Baby, we
I
all
saw
saw
him.
Tim.
We all saw Tim.
We all saw Tim.
I saw
I'm
Tim. And
sorry.
She needs to get a refund.
Yes, ma'am.
She needs to get a refund.
yeah, every
And
time a young lady make a TikTok video, TikTok might as well go ahead and forward that to my account.
Right.
Bypass her. We'll need just put it in my account because she owed me
Yeah, yeah. Love it.
$1.7 million.
She didn't go back and forth with y'all on social media. You know what?
Nope.
Keep posting because you are building my case for me.
Yeah.
Keep posting, keep talking online. You are building my case for me because all of that was used against Renee in the court of law. And that's what she
Yeah.
did. I'm taking you to court. I'm taking you to court. Which brings me to my next thought was that yes, I think that it should be a law in every state.
yes.
Period.
Expand it. Expand it to every state. I want it in every state.
Every state. So what would be one relationship opinion that you have that always starts debates?
Always starts debates.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mine is that we can be friends afterwards. No, no. I don't need no more friends. I got enough friends. I got enough people I talk to on the phone. I got enough people I text message back and forth. I got children I can do that with. I don't need a friend, especially if we were lovers, because just no.
Just so in relationship, mine would be, um, you know, people finance the way they finance. They will do what works for them in their house. But if you are in a marriage with somebody and you don't know every dime that's coming into your house from both sides, you are doing yourself, that marriage, a disservice. Because if I
Yeah,
don't know what's in, how
yeah,
can I determine what the output should be?
right.
And I've gotten into knockdown, drag downs with
Mhm.
relationships, like couples and relationships. And y'all know by trade, my ex is LPC. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, LSW. And so he's counseled many a couple in our day. Some of our people that we were connected to um, outside of his practice. But one particular set of people, she was spending, 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 spending.
Mm-hmm.
He was working 160 hours a week.
Wow.
That shit not healthy.
Communication.
That shit
No.
is not healthy. You think he got it? He working 160 hours a week. Like you gonna lose them because you want to spend.
Mhm.
But if y'all are on the same page, you know exactly what he do in an 80-hour work period.
Mhm.
You're less apt to be spending, spending, spending because you know y'all don't really got it.
Right.
So I think finances is like the one thing
Yeah.
in the that I was in that we never argued about finances because everybody knew what was coming in, everybody knew what was going out, everybody knew what was left to save, everybody knew what was left to travel, and it worked for our household. But
Mhm.
what the hell is secret squirrel privacy? Like, what is that about in finance?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, for my marriage, when I was married, he had his account, I had my account, and we had our account. And we didn't argue about money. Money was not an argument in our home. Um, I'm a business major, so I know how to, you know,
Move and shake it.
balance a checkbook. But at the same time, like you said, I knew what was coming in my home. I knew what was going
Hmm.
out my home. And part of that was because I made it my business too. I was involved in the bill paying. I was involved in the mortgage. I was involved in what you brought home. I was involved in all of that. What we want to spend at the grocery store. What trip can we take this month or this year or whatever? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I made sure that I was involved. Now, do I think he would have involved me if I wasn't? Probably not, because that's the type of guy he was. He was old school, you know. But I was a single mom most of my children's lives. So I was in control. I was boss hog of everything in my household. So it wasn't too much she could do in that house that I wasn't gonna know something about. I had to be
Yeah.
involved. Yeah. So that's me.
Symphony.
I was just the opposite. I met him when I was 17. We married when I was 23. And he took care of everything. I never paid a mortgage, a rent, a light bill, a water bill, a car insurance. I never made a car payment. He took care of me. And initially I thought, oh, how great and wonderful this is. I don't need to know what's in the account because, as long as I can take this card and go make groceries and, go shopping for these kids whenever I want to, I'm good.
Right.
Just oblivious. Not realizing that that was a form of control for him, and
Yeah.
making sure that and I think it probably came from a place of insecurity on his part. I saw it initially as like he's so confident, and he's the man's man and he's gonna take care of everything. But I realized later that that came from a place of insecurity, and that the reasoning behind that was to ensure that no matter what happened, I needed him. I needed him. It wasn't enough for me to just want him because I absolutely wanted the man, but he needed me for his own selfish purposes or whatever it was. He needed me to need him. He needed to feel needed, and I get that. A lot of men need to feel needed. I want you to need me, but not in an unhealthy way. This was an unhealthy
Right.
need,
Right.
when it's to the detriment of somebody else. I don't want you to learn. I don't want you to know because I want to control, because I realized the minute I started to want to know, uh, I went to school. I got instead of a job, I had a career. And all of that was a threat to the relationship for him because now you see me as somebody who doesn't need you anymore, And like I said, it wasn't enough for me to just want you. So going forward, I remember the day that I asked, how much is in the account? Or no, I asked how much money he made. Like, how much money are you making? How much are you bringing in? Because at this point, I am contributing to the bills. This is later in the marriage. I was married for 30 years. So this was like the last 5 years where I'm inquiring, okay, how much is in the account? Because I wanted to go to school. And so I want to know how much can I not contribute in order to be able to do this? And he was like, why do you want to know? And I'm like, because I want to know. I want to make some decisions financially. So I need to know. Well, you've never wanted to know before. And I'm like, okay, that was before, and unlike her, now I'm maturing in this relationship and I'm growing in this relationship. And now I want to know,
Gotcha.
and so that was an issue. I mean, I found out, but I had to go through that whole ordeal in order to get to that space. So I would advise any young lady, anybody, coming into a relationship, coming into a marriage where y'all are sharing finances, then the information needs to be shared.
Public. And
Involved.
so if you
Right.
had one relationship opinion that somebody else would debate, what would that opinion be?
Um. hmm.
Or do you have one?
I don't. I don't think I have an opinion that would spark spark argument or debate that sparked debate with anybody else. Like it was nothing that was like, oh, I don't agree with that or I disagree with that or whatever the case may be. Usually because I got 9 brothers and a mess ton of uncles, I'm usually on that side where I favor the logic, you know. So a lot of times, if I'm getting into a debate about something, it's probably about holding women accountable for the decisions that they make and the things that they do, you know.
My,
I mean,
that's
at
gonna
the
be a,
same time,
that's gonna be
understanding both
a,
sides.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Well,
What up, what's happening? It's Dak Martin of Fillmore's Gourmet, man, back with the bubbling experience. Today I'm tapping in with another one of my favorites. If you know me, I got plenty of favorites. This one here, shout out to Flipper's Pizza, man. Got that good custom pie. I like to go with a little chicken breast, gorgonzola cheese, caramelized onions. Now you can always go with the barbecue sauce or whatever your choice is, but over here, we go beyond barbecue. So you got to have that bubbling sauce to get it right. When I tell you go on everything, I mean that. Trust me, this that get right. Bubbling sauce.
we are getting ready to get into some action and some passing.
Okay.
Are
Okay,
we ready for that?
let's
We
go.
ready?
Let's go.
Yeah, ready. All right. You want me to start off?
Sure.
All right. Ask your pass. Married people should keep DMs business only.
I'm gonna ask it, but if they need DMs at all, like we got phones and we've got emails,
That's
they
what
do
I was
business.
just about to say. I don't even think a married person should have a DM.
I agree. I asked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashley.
All right. The outside person deserves legal consequences if they knowingly participate.
Absolutely.
Make it make it legal in every state. Make it
Ash
legal
it.
in every state.
Ask
Ash that.
it.
Ash it. Ash that.
Cheating is
Okay.
more emotional than physical in 2025.
I'm gonna ask that.
I'll say Ash only because I think in 2025 or just current times, it's just so much easier. It's much more prevalent, that emotional cheating, because you could be cheating from New York to California.
Yes.
You met her
Oh,
online. She stepped in your DMs. She lives in LA. You live in New York. And so the physical isn't even a thing right now. Before you know it, if it works out emotionally, before you know it, you'll be catching flights.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think we just live in a more emotional society. Like more people are aware of their
Yes.
emotions and
Yeah.
things that they feel. So Ash it
Yeah.
just based on
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
And my last one, influencers have too much access to admire, entice, and slack. They do have it. They do. You ask it because they reach world.
Yeah. I'll ask that. And for that same reason, you have more acts, and that's your job, to create environments and influence others, and because it's like being a superstar. It's like being a movie star, or whatever. If Joe Blow, neighbor, comes knocking at your door, you like, boy, bye, if you don't move around. But if Denzel Washington, who is a star and has influence, comes knocking at your door,
going to see about Denzel. I'm going to see about Denzel. I'm going to
right.
see about
They're popular, they're known. So you're looking at it like, oh, if I can pull her, or if I can pull him. So I'll ask
I
that.
get I'm going to smoke on it.
You gonna smoke on it?
Smoke on it.
Yeah, yeah, man.
I
Smoke is
love it.
absolutely an official part of Asher Pass, period.
Okay. So posting your partner is a deterrent to cheating.
Pass. It is not.
Pass it. It's
Pass.
not.
Because people
Is
will
that
see your
so?
partner and come for them.
Come for them.
People will
Listen,
see your partner and come for 'em.
Or come for you.
it's the thing where, like, when people used to go to the clubs and bars heavily, and men used to wear their wedding rings, or wives
Yeah.
used to make sure you have your wedding ring on. In what is it?
I've had people I know that go for men that do wear them. Because I don't
It
want to deal with you every day. Let your wife wash your dirty drawers and cook for you every night. Because I'm not doing
I'm
it.
with you, and I'm gonna just
I
have
didn't
fun
say
with
that.
you.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say it.
Weezy said she didn't have her ring or her ringer on last night.
Hey, I fuck with
So it
Weezy.
didn't matter. It didn't
Weezy,
matter.
Weezy.
She didn't have a ring or a ringer on last night.
Wow.
Alienation of affection laws should exist in all states.
Ash.
Ashley, I think we
Ashton,
all we all have said that. We
Ashton,
have all said that.
Ashton.
No one can steal a spouse. They leave willingly.
I'm gonna ask that.
I'm gonna ask it. Yeah.
Yep.
Because she can't make again, nobody can make you do nothing.
Nothing.
You did what you want to do.
Choices.
Yeah. You had options.
People cheat because they don't think they'll get caught.
um, yeah.
That's a
I'm
hard
gonna
one.
smoke
I'm
on
gonna
that.
pass it though. I'm gonna
You
pass
gonna pass
it.
it?
Yeah,
I,
I'm gonna
I
pass.
would ask it. I would ask it only from the idea that some people go into it not thinking they're gonna get caught, so they'll do it. But you got some bold ones out here that don't care.
Sure.
They do it because they want to do it. They're not concerned
But
about getting caught. You know.
consequences be
So
damned.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
karma. Ooh, karma.
It, girl, that bitch come around every corner, every 15 minutes. She like a public bus.
Yeah.
Baby,
As long
she got
as you
red
can,
bottoms on too. And she's stepping
as
on their
long as you
neck.
can live with karma, as long as you can live with karma, I say, do you, boo? Do
Yeah.
you?
Because there are consequences.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If you flirt publicly, you're disrespecting your partner.
Ash. Absolutely
Yeah.
ash.
So, y'all, I can be having a conversation like I'm having a conversation with y'all
I
now.
can get out my face. I mean,
And somebody,
She finna do that. She finna do
and
that.
rhythm.
somebody will believe that I'm flirting with them. And I'm not. I'm just having
But you're not.
conversation.
You're so again, you're not flirting. They can take it as flirting, but that's on them.
That's something
You
different.
know, that's
Right.
your perspective from over
Okay.
on this side of the table. I'm not flirting with you. I'm just being, I get accused of it all the time. I'm just being kind. I'm
That's
just
all I
being
want to do.
kind.
I want to be nice. I want to smile. I want to break the
Yes,
stereotype. Women don't ever smile, that we've got this resting bitch face, that we're
that's
bitter.
me.
Like I wanna break all those stereotypes. I had a conversation with somebody in a bar one evening, and this was not too long after my divorce, right? And we talked and we talked and we talked, and that conversation ended up leading to us exchanging numbers. So the next time that me and that person spoke, he was like, yo, I was very, very pleasantly surprised with our conversation. He was like, because once you told me that you were freshly divorced, I leaned over to my buddy and told him, this one probably bitter. Bitter for what?
Right.
20, 25 years of marriage and my mama left it. I ain't bitter about that shit. It
At
was
all.
what it
At all.
was.
At
I
all.
wasn't like Coco Mama said, I wasn't gonna let anything change the core of who I am.
Yeah.
Who I who I am. It was a tough time, absolutely, but bitter, never. That shit don't look good on me. It don't look good on me. So this verdict will change how people move on social media. Ash it or pass it.
I doubt it. I'm
Pass.
a pass on that. I doubt
Pass.
it because we still got dum dums out there that's still
Right.
they
Right.
still gonna try to test the water. They're gonna stick their toe in that water and end up falling face first in there.
Now they might check the laws in their state.
Yeah.
You would be wise. You would be wise to check the laws in your state. Right
They
now,
check the laws
North
in their state
North
before they do
North
it.
Carolina, North Carolina 2-0. North Carolina is 2-0 right now. Definitely,
Yes,
definitely check.
indeed.
So, I'm sorry if you were advising a couple going through this, going through this kind of betrayal. Where would the healing even start?
So
Yeah, I would definitely unplug from all things social media. For me,
yeah,
be
absolutely.
I don't
So
see it, I don't hear it. Um, I would definitely unplug, and I
yeah,
wouldn't put a time. Maybe I come
No.
back.
absolutely not.
Maybe I never. Maybe I never come back to social media.
And that's what should possibly happen with this lady. You know, I would not come back to social media. Honestly, I wouldn't, because
Right.
you know, her whole entire life, her children's entire life, even when they get older. You know what social media is, you know what the internet is. This stuff don't go away.
Right.
It's for
It's on there
life.
forever. It's there
Yeah.
forever.
And you're gonna always have people giving their the minute you show back up on social media, whether it be with your family, with a new spouse, with a new
Yeah.
boo, everybody's gonna want to weigh in on
Yep.
that and have an
Yep.
opinion about that, good, bad, or indifferent.
And
So I would just, I would alleviate social media altogether.
I
Like,
would.
just mind your business and keep your
Yeah.
business private and don't put it out there, because you got some people that put too much information on social media.
Oh my God.
You just put too much out there. Like, again, going back to looking for validation, attention online. You putting all your what's going on in your house out there, what he did, what she did, how it all went down.
I love my social media, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. My social media tell a story, but it may not be talking about me at all.
Absolutely not. It's for
You have
entertainment.
the you have the ability to draw conclusions from my social media. You can make up whatever story you want to, and I can
Yeah.
guarantee you, like if you bet your life on it, you'd be dead. You'd be
You
dead.
be dead. You be dead. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Please,
Don't
not
think you know anything about my personal life based on what I post.
Right.
social media.
I post something just because I like that. Oh, I like what she said. It has nothing to do with me personally. You know,
Shit.
I agree.
Have you
I agree.
if you see that freak shit, that freak shit probably me.
We say you be dead. Don't bet your life on it. Don't bet your. That's good advice.
But you know,
Don't
we used to have a saying when I worked at the penitentiary. Because you know, of course, the inmates come up and tell you what they did in the world, and you know, they was the big whatever. You know, you can be
everybody was.
anything you
Everybody.
want to be in the penitentiary.
Yeah, yeah. And I
On
could be
social
whoever I
media,
want on
you
social
could be
media.
anything you want to be on
Absolutely.
social media.
Before we get out to this final draw, I just want to remind everyone that we are all on social media individually and collectively. You can find us on Facebook at Ashes and Influence, YouTube, Ashes and Influence. Y'all might as well come through, like, comment, subscribe, put the notification bells on. All that stuff works. Individually, I am Rhythm and Blues in most places. I'm Rhythm and Blues on Instagram, on the TikTok, um, and on the Twitter. I'm on the X, you guys. I'm on the Coco Symphony. If somebody resonated with something they heard you say today, where would they be able to find you guys on social media?
Social media, of course, Ashes and Influence on YouTube, Instagram. I am Nisha Boston on Facebook, but that's my twin. Okay, please,
Yes.
again,
Yes.
please don't go by what I post because you will lose. You will lose. Okay.
On Instagram, I am Lola Life 305 on Instagram, and Facebook, I am Talea Terry.
So I'm on
Okay.
Instagram as well, you guys. And I think I'm Misha Boston there too. I'm not sure.
You'll
But
find her. We'll
you'll
figure it
find
out. We'll
me.
have all of this. Yeah, we'll have all of
And you
this
can find
situation.
all of us on Ashes and Influence.
Everybody is here at Ashes and Influence, YouTube, Facebook, and I feel like there's one more that I'm missing.
That's it for
But
me.
That's it for me.
maybe next week. Maybe next week.
Yeah. And if you felt some type of way about something we said, want to hear more about what we said, leave a comment. Drop a comment down below and we'll respond. We'll answer. You know, if there's something you want to know, some input. We love your input. We want to hear what you're thinking. We want to hear your thoughts on this situation with Renee and Akira and Devon and Tim and moving forward. So let us know what you think.
And as a reminder, talk to us nice. Talk to us nice.
Yes,
Okay.
give us grace.
Give us grace.
Well, tonight's takeaway is simple. It's really just that simple. In ages of followers, filters, and fast access, accountability still matters. Whether you're married, dating, single, or in that situationship, integrity is still currency. And as we've seen, sometimes it's worth $1.75 million. So protect your peace, protect your partnership, and protect your logins. Watch out. This has been Ashes and Influence. Until next time, may your ash stay long, your conversations stay honest, and your influence always be intentional.
Great conversation, ladies. See y'all later.
See y'all.